Shalom, welcome to another All Israel News interview. I'm Micah Hancock. My guest today is Ihab Shlayan.
That's it.
He is an Israeli Christian. I've asked him to come and speak to us today because in recent months, the issue of the treatment of Christians in the land of Israel, the status of Christians in the Middle East, and even Christian identity in general have really risen to the top of a lot of news stories. They've entered into public discussion in the United States through people like Tucker Carlson and others who have really tried to make the label of Christian a matter of politics, oftentimes U.S. politics. And so I've asked Ihab today to come in and just share with us about what does it mean to be a Christian in Israel, and how does he see the situation on the ground here. So Ihab, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
To start off with, when I first wrote you, one of the things that you responded, you asked me, please don't call me an Arab
That's right.
Israeli Christian. So can you explain that to us? Why do you not like that term?
So first, thanks all for this one. I didn't think that. I thought that we can meet and talk in special conversation, but I needed to be published also to the US and to the Christian world to understand the reason why we are not calling ourselves as an Arab. At the beginning, when I enlisted to the army, I called myself, I'm an Arabic, recognized myself as an Arabic Christian. I didn't know why I can't call myself another thing. So why that? Because in the school, we learn about the Arabs and the Muslim religious. We didn't learn about our history. I think we have an history as a Christian community in the Middle East, maybe in the whole world. So by the time when I was in the army, all my friends are soldiers, the Jews, the Cherkessim, the Muslims. They are calling me, hi, Ihab, how are you? You're an Arab, how are you? Arab. I see all the communities are not Arab, and only the Christian in the army, maybe here and also in Israel, they are calling Arabs. So I start research about this. I want to learn about what the meaning of Arabs. So you can ask me the same question, what the meaning of being Zionism? If you can explain this, the word Zionism, I can explain to you also the meaning of the word Arab. So if the word Arabs, that everybody who speak Arabic are Arabic, so let's say truly 20% of Israel are Arabs, because they are Jewish who came from Iraq, from Egypt. They speak Arabic better than me. So if they are using us the word Arab because they want us to be part of the Arabs conquest or part of the Palestinian Authority or something like that, then you can see that all the evangelists and the Christian world are looking at us as we are troublemaker, that we are against Israel state, we are against the Jewish. This is not true. So if this is the meaning of the word Arabs, to being that all the Christian community are part of the Arab world, I'm telling you, we are not. So I understand that our voice as a Christian community, you didn't hear it before.
Right.
And I'm telling you, when I established the recruitment form in 2012, maybe you heard about it. Yeah. At the beginning, I asked, what is the Christian community? They are afraid to say the word. They all the time start, demonstration and say, no, we are Palestinian, we are Palestinian. But they are the smallest minority who demonstrate against us. But the majority of the Christian community, do you think they want to live in the Arab countries? I'm telling you, no. But what can you do? The Christian need to be survived. At the beginning, maybe before 2 decades or 3 decades, the Christian have rules here in Israel, maybe in the British independent. But now, as you see, there's no representation for the Christian community in all the Israeli institute. So then you ask, why the reason? I am telling you, first, the beginning, we are the problem, the Christian community. We thought that to be sheep next to the wolf is better to you, but now to be a sheep next to the wolf will be eaten. And when you are eaten, nobody will recognize us. Yeah. So as you see, at the 3 years now, when I retired from the army, I start talking with the Christian world in the language they are talking with. In English, if you want me, I will talk to you within Russian. Mm-hmm. So why to be Arabs? Why you are calling us Arabs? So there is something here, maybe in the Israeli government, I think. For them, it's better to call us an Arab, because all the Christian communities, or the Christian world, COFI, APAC, and other, they won't talk with us. They want to talk with the Jewish. They want to talk with all the other communities who support Israel. So I didn't hear about any Christian young who shot a police officer or maybe killed a Jewish. I didn't hear that. So what can we do?
Yeah.
Yesterday you saw what happened in South Lebanon.
Yes.
When the soldiers who smashed the symbol of Jesus. Where is the Christian community? They won't see any demonstration or Christian who come and start only in the Facebook and the media that are publishing, because now they're feeling they are alone. They know that nobody cares. So now I show them that when I send the letters to the ambassador Mike Hancock and to the Christian world, now they are seeing there's a Christian world who looking for us.
Yeah.
He want to support us. But let's talk about the truth now. What about the Arab countries? In the morning, we saw a monk that in Egypt, I published it in the morning in English. The police, they kick it down and put it on the land. So where is the Christian world? Or where is those Arab Christian Knesset, member of the Knesset? We didn't hear their voices. So this is, you see now, the Christian community now, they need to decide or to be part of the Israeli state, or to be like the UN, just keep as simple as it. More immigration from here, as you see now, if you can visit in Nazareth, it's only 20% are Christian. Yeah. So those 20%, why we are now only 20% Christian? You can say, okay, you are the problem. Why you are saying that the Christian community are the problem? Why that? Lack of governance, the Arab crime, you know that because you live here. Yes. And the Christian with no proper representation. So if I need something from the Knesset or from the government or from the president, who can I call? I don't want something for me. I want for my community. Who can I call? So why for all the other communities here, they have a proper representation in the Israeli statute. And I'm telling you also, there are from other communities in a status, in a presentation statute that for the Christian community. In the foreign ministry, how come you are saying there is an advisor for the Christian world in the foreign ministry? He's not a Christian. I can be advisor for the Muslim, for the Jewish, for the Cherkessim. I can. So when I say this word, everybody say that you are racism. What you are talking about? We are all Arabs. Why you are calling all the time Arabs? Let's go also to the education ministry for all the communities, and also to the Orthodox Jews. They have a department for their history. But the Christian now, they are substituted under the Arabs department. But for the Druze, they got the department, the Bedouin, the Cherkess. So what do you want me for my son and daughter or our children to learn? To learn about their identity? Which identity? So the real problem or the main issue here that I think in Israel, that first of all, we want that the Israeli government recognize us as a Christian community, as they give for all the other community, and to start learning about education, to learn about history, our history, then you will hear those Christian voices that are going with me.
So Ihab, one of the things that people in the West, particularly, but in the United States, don't understand is in Israel, when you get your Teudat Zehut, your identity card, it says either Jewish or it says Arab, right?
Now in identity, there's nothing changed, but the numbers, when you put it in the computer, you will see that he's Christian or Muslim or etc.
Okay.
But if the Christian want to work in industry or let's say for the defense ministry, it's written there as an Arabs.
Yeah.
So there's no difference between Christian and Muslims. So there's a good person, there's a good Muslims. I don't say that the Muslims are bad people, but
right.
If you recognize us as an Arab, I come to visit you in the West and say to you, hi, how are you? I am Ihab. I am Arabic Christian. They don't care about the word Christian. Arabic, that's it. They understand that you are belong to the Arab world, you are against Israel, you are against democratic, you are against the Christian world. So I'm telling you, I want to recognize myself as a Christian, because if you are calling you to the Christian world, when I say to you, I am Christian, then you will listen to me.
Yes.
But now the US and the others, they are listening to the Jewish and the other communities, but for the Christian, nobody answer to us. They're looking at us as we are terrorism or against Israel. This is so well. So I want to fight the discrimination for the Christian community here, so we can stand us in our land and to live here safely. then maybe I will put aside all the immigration for the Christian community. Let's say to them, stay here, you can belong here, you can live here safely. Meanwhile, I'm telling you, it's a bad way. But in the Arab world, it's bad, as you see,
Yes.
and you know that.
So why do you think the Christian identity here in Israel has been suppressed?
The education. First of all, the education. The second thing, by the time the Israeli government, they want all the governors to be in the cities and the villages and the settlements where the Jew is there. So they let us aside. Now in Nazareth, I see the difference between in the 18s and now, the police and the soldiers go inside Nazareth, everybody moving like this. Once in the year 2000, the schools had Israeli flag. Now you can visit Nazareth. If you see one flag, Israeli flag, it will say to you, wow, it's to wear. So all the Arabs and the cities, Arabs villages and the cities, I'm telling you, there's no governance. A lot of families are being attacked by the crime, the Arabic mafia crime.
Right.
When I called the police, what they told me, Ihab, we cannot put a police car in every house of the Christian who been attacked. But I'm telling you, why we don't hear about those crime in the Jewish and in the Jewish cities? Why that? I'm telling you, if they want to fight the crime, they can fight the crime. As you know, I was 25 years in the army.
Yeah.
I know how the army work. I know how all the forces work when they want that. All the time the police are calling us, we need the IDF to come with us to fight or do that. So why you cannot do it now? Not the Christian, no, there are no Christian villages, only Fasuta and Milia in the north. But in the majority, in Nazareth, Reinik, Farkana, as you know, also Bethlehem, there's no more Christian. Maybe in 5 or 10 years from now, you can see only in historic memorial Christianity, and the majority are the Arabs.
Yeah.
We need the West to wake up.
Yes.
This is the time. If Donald Trump fight Iran because he want to defend Israel, so I'm calling him. This is the time that you fight also for us, for the Israeli, the Christian. We are part of the Israeli state. We want to live here safely. We won't see the Jewish stuff for us as a problems or terrorism. For us, the Jewish and the Christian is the same. I respect all the communities, but this is the time that also that the Christian world starts standing with us as they stand with the Jewish and the other community here in Israel.
Yeah. One of the things that I noticed in a lot of the coverage in the Western media, particularly from podcasters and voices that have a political agenda to push, is the focus, I would say, the very anytime some incident happens in Israel in which a Christian, maybe a priest is spat upon, or there's a desecration of a church or something, they make a really big deal about that. But if you just go 100 kilometers away, worse things are happening.
You won't hear that.
And you don't hear about it. So why do you think there is an unwillingness to cover violence towards Christians outside of Israel?
Let's all the media. Look at all the media now in the Middle East. In Israel, maybe there are 4 channels. In the Middle East, maybe there are 200 channels that speak in English. They podcast in English and in the other language. So what they care about the Christian community? They don't care nothing. But when they say the word or the quotes that say, your enemy is my enemy, so you are a friend. So now they are using the Christian community for their propaganda to say that Israel are attacking the Christian. I know there's a lot of things that we need to fix it here in Israel. You can see, look at in the 2 decades only. I don't like to talk about the political issue, but I will be in the political issue. But as you see now, with the right party, in the 2 decades, the Christians are being under discrimination and immigration and being attacked. Why did it happen before 2000? So as you see now, the Christian community here, and also the clergy, is saying what we can say. We want to say that we support Israel. One of the bishops, let's say, we are sitting here, if the bishop say that I support Israel, want to be part of Israel, and he will visit Bethlehem and visit in Jordan, what will happen? He will be probably attacked.
Yes.
by the Arabs who control there. But here, I don't think that the Jewish will attack him if he say, I am support Palestinian or support the Christian and support peace. So when you see the Christian are start screaming because they are born inside, they want to be part, but they cannot say something against the Arabs because they're afraid. If you're looking at myself, I don't, if you look at me, I don't afraid, I'm telling you the truth. And I know what the Christian community want to say that, but they cannot say it in publicly. So, you know, when I start working with the ambassador, Mike Hancock, and met him twice, all the media start publishing that I am using the Christian community on my way with the Zionism, that the Christian will be part of the Israeli state and forget the Palestinian, and I want to take all the Christian community to be a soldier in the IDF to kill the Arabs. What the hell? This is what happened now. So what can we do?
Yeah.
And I hope that we'll talk about the political issue because I will be in a political after that when you ask me. But there's another question to understand that. First, here when you attack Iran, I think there's something that they wanted. This is not for the nuclear weapon. As you remember, when they attacked Saddam Hussein in Iraq, at the beginning they said they have universal missiles and chemical and nuclear. Nothing. I don't think, let's say it is, I support the attack against Iran because Iran is the snake. Mm-hmm. This is for sure. We know that. But let's tell the truth. Who aim or for us as Israeli state? Iran, a threat for the Iran or the Egyptian threat? This is the army of the Egyptian. I'm telling you, this is the Iran. So why not the Egyptian not attacking Israel? Peace, something, you know, maybe political issue, maybe communal issue, something like that. So this is what we need to do with the Iran. Iran need to know that they will lose a lot of things if they won't be in a peace with us. Meanwhile, nobody cares, you know, political issue, and let's fight against Assad. I think maybe on more 2 years we'll see another war with Iran because the communication, the media. I don't know if you see Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera in Iran, you see all the citizens in Iran, they are against Israel. How come? At the beginning, when Trump say, I'm coming to protect the civilian, I will free you from the Iranian regime. And you saw the citizens, yes, Trump, we are waiting for you. Now, when you look at Al Jazeera, where are the citizens? All of them are saying, we are against USA and Israel. Why they are killing our leaders? So the media are the main control now in the world, I see. Yeah. So this is the reason you cannot hear the Christian world or the Christian community who really, I'm telling you, they want to be part of Israel here. But if you want us to be a part of here, the other side need to say, we need you. We need the Christian community. And I'm telling you, I know everything now because what the interest of the government to support the Christian community? Give me one reason. Why do you think one of the members of the Knesset, maybe from the Prime Minister to the smallest one officer, they will say to you, yes, we need the Christian community here. Tell me why the reason. One reason. I'm telling you there's no reason because now all the Zionism organization, the Christian organization and the association are supporting Israel directly without looking at us as the Christian community. So why do you think that the government will let's support the Christian community, let us raise their heads, and now the world will see us? Then we'll get our support. As we see now in the 2 years, when I start all my the broadcasts with the Western and the meeting and the conference and all the meeting I did with the Christian embassy, now you are hearing our voice. Now we can do the change. Then a Christian community, now they understand, wow, the Christian world, they are supporting us. Maybe this is the way to do the change. But we cannot depend only from the outside. We need to work also here inside. And the inside, as I told you, all the governance and all the Christian community to be as a part of here, recognized as a Christian community, we need to work inside the Knesset to do the change.
Yeah. So before we get to the political issue, there was a statement that was put out, what was that, back in February, I think?
The Bishop of Jerusalem?
Yes. The Patriarchate put puts out this statement against Christian Zionism. You have a lot of the Israeli and Western media looked at that as it's those evangelical Christians that they don't like, but you have a different perspective on that. So tell me, how do you think you're involved in that?
You know what? I'm like intelligence. I'm like the CIA. I know who did it. Okay, you can visit the Jordanian. I'm not against the Jordanian, but I'm telling you, the Prince Ghazi, for him, all the time they have a conference with all the clergy here and talking about the Evangelists and the Zionism Christians. So the clergy who live here in Jerusalem, what did they want him to say? The Palestinian Authority from the right hand, and the left hand, the Jordanian, and the Israeli, they don't care. So if they don't care and they are not protecting you, what better for you to be? Cheap, next to the wolf, and you will do what they tell you to do, then you will be protected. Yeah. This is the difference. So this is statement, I know who's the bishop who write it and who forced him to write the statement. When you ask the Cardinal Pizzaballa or the others, the clergy, they will say to you, no, we didn't sign of this statement. So tell me the name of the bishop who write or published this statement. You won't hear it. Yeah. Because they did it, they don't want any problem here. Because in Jerusalem, it's a little bit tough to say that the Christian will say to you, we are Israeli. They're better for them to say that they are Palestinian and they are being attacked by the Israeli. Then they are really protecting from the wolves. Yeah. So the statement, I don't care about it. And I'm telling you, I know they write it because of me, because the meeting I did, the next meeting with the Ambassador Mike Huckabee, because I was there with the clergy. Yes. And the clergy who came with me, with the meeting, are being attacked. Mm-hmm. They send them a message, listen to me. If you see one more time with Ihab, you won't be any more clergy. Mm. How come you say that? They're afraid from all the forces from the outside, but the outside, meanwhile, then. Yeah. But we need to start to do something else. We need, I think, that the Christian world start waking up and understand that all the migration from the Arab countries are being attacked, the countries there. I don't want to talk about Islamophobia, but etc. Right. But as you see, all the migration from the east to the west, they want to control the countries. They ran away from Al Khalifa for all the ISIS. Now they want the Western to be as like ISIS. So now the Western and the Christian world, they understand now that Israel is the last line of the defense of the Christianity. Yes. So I hope that the President Donald Trump and the Christian leaders will wake up and start supporting the Christian community here, because in 5 or 10 years from now, there won't be any Christian citizen here in Israel, and I'm telling you. And I hope so. Yeah. We're just waiting.
Yeah. So you talked a little bit about the political aspect. I know that you are trying to be involved in that political change, but why, when we think of the Arab parties in Israel, there aren't any Christian parties in the Arab umbrella group. Why do you think that is?
Now, in the next meeting, when I was in the Mike Huckabee, we talked about the tax, the principality here in Jerusalem. They want all the bishops to pay tax. Mm-hmm. So he called Prime Minister Netanyahu, and that's it. They're not paying. But you know what he told me? Ihab, we need, it's internal issue. We need that the Knesset, will be a rule, will say that they won't pay any tax, because only the Christian clergy, they are not getting salary from the religious ministry. Only the Christians are not getting them. So why do you want us to pay also tax? And the Israeli government and the foreign ministry got a lot of money for all those tourism to come in here to Israel. So when I think a lot, first of all, I want that all the outside or the Christian world support us in our way. Mm-hmm. And I have also Jerusalem Statue of Justice. If you heard about them from here, they are working with us. And then inside the Knesset, when we, let's say we want a rule, we want to recognize us as a Christian community, then with those 3 triangle, because I'm Christian, so I'll tell you the triangle. So with the 3 parts, I think that we can do the change, because nobody now inside the Knesset, not the right party, nor the left party or the center, the middle, Nobody care about the Christian community. So we need somebody for us, or Ihab or somebody else, to be as a Christian member of the Knesset to do the change. We need it. And I'm telling you now, if the Arabs member of the Knesset, let's say, if they say to me, Ihab, but you will be with the Democratic Party as the left side, and you will be together with the Arabs party. So you know what I will tell to the Arab parties? I'll tell him, I'm asking the question, tell me, why for the Jews and the Bedouin and the Cherkessim, the guard department and the Ministry of Defense also, and the Ministry of Education? We are all Arabs, no? So let us be all Arabs and give us a position also for the Christian. I'm telling you, they will be against me. Say to me, okay, Ihab, let's give you a department for you. You won't be against me? Thanks a lot. When you go to the right parties, unfortunately now, when you look in, I hate to talk about persons,
Yes.
let's say Ben-Gvir, Smotrich, all the Orthodox Jewish, do you think they care about the Christian community? I'm telling you, no.
Yeah.
If I ask him, I want that there will be a Christian education department in the education ministry, do you think they will accept that?
Probably not.
But why not? If you have the answer, just think a little bit. Why they won't accept that?
I would say, from my perspective, the thing that is important for them is the Jewish identity of the nation of Israel.
So why they accept for the Druze and the Bedouin, the Cherkessim, but only for the Christian they didn't accept the idea there will be a Christian department in the education ministry. You don't know the reason. I will tell you the reason now.
I have several ideas, but I would like to hear
I'm telling you the main reason now, okay? As you know, I was in the army 24 years.
Yes.
I have a soldier from the Commonwealth, from Russia and Ukraine. So those soldiers, they will be controversial to Judaism. So one of the Christian soldiers from Ukraine say to me, officer, why you want me to go to contribute to Jewish? I'm Christian as you. I have a course of tattoo like you. I say to him, you know what? You don't need it. So in my battalion, only one from 24 Commonwealth Christian soldiers want to contribute to Judaism. So now you are telling to the right parties, hear to me, listen to me. There will be a Christian department in the Ministry of Education Ministry, and we will give the student opportunity to learn about the Christian history, because we are a democratic state, as also as the Jewish, and for those students or from the Commonwealth will learn about the Christian education. So who will be contribute to Judaism? Nobody. So the right party, they won't accept the idea that the issue that I will talk about them. There's nothing, they can support us. There's nothing for them the best. So the right part, so I say the left party, this is the best side. When I can, first of all, I will fight the Arab member of the Knesset, because nobody was against those, as I told you before. And then we will talk to the right parties and say to them, who's against me? Let's see. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Thanks a lot. I will call the President Trump and COFI and AIPAC and say that you are not accepting us. So, but the other parties are the extreme Orthodox. I know they will be against us, but when I get 40%, let's say, from the left party, and also, let's say, Lieberman, who is supporting all the Russian, the Ukrainian, as another 10%, maybe Benjamin Netanyahu will give us also 5%, that's it. You will be a department for the Christian and education ministry. So this is what the reason I accept the idea to be in the left party with the Democratic.
Right.
Now you understand. A little bit smart.
Yeah.
As Jesus say to us all the time, be smart like a snake or like a dove?
Yes.
Smart like a snake,
Yeah.
and simple like a dove.
Yes.
So we are smart like a snake. I will be like a snake. No problem. I'll be a cobra also if I need it for the Christian community.
The whole issue of identity here in Israel is a very complicated issue. In the United States, we think of politics as a matter of the ideas that you have. Certain people hold to these ideas, so they join this political party. Other people hold these ideas, so they join this political party. But here in Israel, many party lines are defined on identity. Who do I say that I am, and who do you say that you are? And I do think it's very interesting that when you look at Israeli politics, up until this point, there have been attempts to have Christian parties before, but they haven't been successful. What do you think it will take to make a successful Christian party?
One of my 5 requests, if some of one of the requests will be accepted in the Knesset, then you will see that Christian community here in Israel, they will wake up, will say, wow, we are optimistic, we believe there will be a change.
Okay.
And when the Christian world starts supporting us, I didn't tell you about money and donation. No. For me, just call the President Herzog or send a letter to the Knesset, support Ihab in his way, because it's better for you as Israeli state, as a Jewish and a democratic state, and also it's for the Christian community. Then you will see the change. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I believe in that. I believe this is the way. But before the media here, when I enlisted to the army by the year of 2000, I didn't have any media, no Facebook, no phone. So I didn't know what the meaning of Christian, or even what the meaning of soldier. As I see a soldier with a rifle, I say, this is the army. Okay, I will be there to fight and protect for Israel. But now with the media, all the time my team are publishing about the history of the Christianity, what happened in Lebanon. Nobody knows the Christian about what happened in Lebanon in the 18s when the Fatah land and the Palestinian attacked the Christian. Nobody know that about the El Damour massacre. Nobody know that. So now we are start publishing, and the young who start learning and seeing the media, then now they understand that we are being that under discrimination here, but they need somebody, a leader, that will take him back. But the problem here with the clergy or with the bishop issue, or for the domination of the Christianity, every bishop or patriarch here is it's like a sheikh for himself.
Yes.
So to unite all of them, it will be a problem. But I'm telling you, if in the Knesset will be a member of the Knesset, Christian there, you will see also that all the domination of the Christianity will be united. Because now every bishop, I think, if he needs something from the Israeli state, he will call every ministry and they will answer and give him. But everybody working alone. So they don't feel something that they're missing something or don't have any something. But then when I will be there, I will tell the first of the bishop, wait a second, more patriarch, wait a second. I will support you, but listen to me, the other patriarch need also the same to help him, to support him even. So then you will see united together, then you will see the change. I believe that. I hope that will be. I will try my best, and I swear I will try my best to do the change.
Yeah. Another two things I wanted to ask you about. The issue of the governance of the different denominations here is complicated because many of the bishops or the patriarchate, they have congregations inside Israel, inside Palestinian territories, maybe even also in Jordan.
Also in Jordan, that's right.
And so they're kind of torn between different political interests, and that makes it a very complicated issue. So what I hear you saying is that having a Christian representative in the Knesset will make their job easier too.
That's right.
So because then when they, in a sense, they can take their interest to you, the Israeli Christian voice will be speaking instead of the bishop or the patriarchate having. Is that a fair assessment?
Accepted. I'm telling you, I called a lot of. Yesterday I met two of the clergy, one of them the Protestant and the Catholic. We talk about a lot. They say to me, Ihab, I cannot say that I'm supporting you because where I live here. You see, only 80% is not. It's our Arabs. What can I do? But I'm telling you, Ihab, we are just waiting for one leader to take the ship and help us. So the clergy are supporting him, but they have to understand that if you see one bishop go to the east of Jerusalem, they will be spitting on him. But that's in the west of Jerusalem, and also at the different, you see the Arabs will be attacking. So I believe, I say to all the clergy and all the bishop and their excellency, I'm telling them, just keep your pray, do your job, don't go inside the political issue, give us for us to work with us. As a citizen, I can do my job and I can support you. You just keep in your way, I'm asking for them. Don't use the propaganda against Israeli Christian, because in the end, the Christian will suffer from this issue.
Yeah.
So just stay aside, be in the churches, pray for us, and then we will get the Christian community to be inside the church to pray together. Then we will be united.
Okay. And a final question. If you could speak directly to Christians in the West, especially Christians that love Israel. They understand that Israel, like you said, is kind of this last line of defense. If you could speak to them, what would you tell them?
First, I'm telling them, keep supporting Israel. Because me as a Christian community, I'm telling you, we are looking at the East. I cannot live not in Syria, nor in Iraq, nor in Egypt. We want to live here in Israel. And so tell us the truth. I read the Bible, it's written here. The Bible, it's a Jewish state. It's okay. Support Israel. But don't forget us.
Yeah.
But don't tell me you visit Israel and you want to meet one of the patriarchs, and the patriarch didn't accept to meet you because you are evangelical. So will you say, okay, I won't work with the Christian community. Don't do it. You need to understand that the Christian community here, the clergy, as you said before, it's not easy to say which side you can do, but you need now to be with the wolf side, unfortunately. Maybe after the war, we will see that Israel will be the lion, so the wolf will be afraid. Then we can work together with the lions. But meanwhile, I just want him to be smart, as Jesus commanded us and say to us, be smart like a snake and simple like a dove for our clergy, and let us all the hard work to do it as a political issue. And I promise I will do it. Just keep supporting us and support Israel. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, thank you very much for helping us understand a very complicated issue here in Israel, the issue of identity. And I wish you success. I do, having lived here for many years, I do believe that the Christians here in Israel need a voice. And I've heard that you are probably aware that even among the non-Arab or non-Arab speaking Christian world, there are Jewish believers in Jesus here in Israel. There are foreigners that came at different points in time and in the past and were given citizenship here. And there does seem to be that sense that we're overlooked. We're not represented. So I wish you success.
Thanks a lot.
And maybe if you make it into the Knesset, we can have you back for
another
a follow-up interview.
You can do it. God bless you. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.